There's a lot of products on the internet that get a lot of hype, but I'm here to share with you some of the products that are actually worth the hype. First up, starting off with primer, this is the e.l.f. Power Grip. This is sort of like the Milk Hydro Grip. However, I feel like this one has surpassed the original in its popularity because not only is it affordable, but it's very effective. This has a gel-like texture that almost looks and feels like a hair gel going on, but that's really great because it really locks down your makeup. It's going to provide a sticky base for your foundation and other products to grip onto, so it's going to really extend the longevity of your makeup. It gives you a little bit of a hydrating base as well, but it's not too over the top, so I feel like this is just a really versatile primer for all different skin types, dry, oily, normal, you name it. This will definitely be your best friend if you have problems with making your makeup last all day long. I absolutely love it, especially in these very hot, sweaty summer months. Next up for foundation, the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. This blew up because of a Glamzilla TikTok, I believe. I first got a sample of this from Sephora and I was not expecting much. I thought it was just gonna be a little bit overrated, but I'm here to tell you the hype is real. This is an amazing foundation. It is so thin and serum-like. It has a very different texture, unlike any other foundation I've tried. It almost feels like an oil, but not super greasy, and it does sort of like set down on your skin, so it's not going to slip and slide around and doesn't break down throughout the day. It's actually super duper long wearing, and in spite of its very thin, hydrating, serumy consistency, it actually packs a punch in the coverage department. It has a really good high medium coverage, I would say, and again, the longevity is amazing. So definitely check this one out from Laura Mercier. Definitely recommend getting a sample from your local Sephora if you have been interested. Today I actually mixed in another viral product. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. This is an old product. It's been around for a hot minute. I have two shades, medium and deep glow, and essentially it's like a bronzer drop. So bronzer drops are having a revitalization here on the internet. The Drunk Elephant Deep Bronzy drops, you know, there's a dime a dozen nowadays. There's a million of them, but I feel like L'Oreal was like the first one to really do this luminous bronzer type product that you can use all over your face. You can mix it with your foundation. You could use it as liquid bronzer if you wanted to. You could mix it in with body lotions to give your legs or your arms a little bit of glow, a little bit of color. Today I mixed it in with my foundation because this one is a little bit light for me at the moment. It's in the shade Cashmere 1W1. So I just mixed in a little bit of medium glow and it deepens up your foundation slightly. It's gonna add a little bit of glow. Obviously it is a glotion, but it doesn't make it overly hydrated or oily feeling. So if you do want to adjust the color of your foundation, this is really nifty and handy to have. Or if you just like using those bronzer type products, but you don't want to splurge on the Drunk Elephant, L'Oreal has got you covered. I believe it was last year that Natasha Denona launched her hy-glam concealer, and this got a lot of hype, and I still hear a lot of buzz about this concealer, and for good reason. It is an amazing full coverage concealer that does not look drying on the skin. This is like heavy duty, big impact. You only need the tiniest little dot, but it's so creamy and moisturizing without being overly serum-like, without slipping and sliding around. It can look a little heavy if you use too much, but for like a full glam moment, it's really great. And the shade range is out of this world impeccable. There's a little gnat flying around in here and it's driving me crazy. I don't know if you guys will be able to catch that on camera, but anyway, the show must go on. Blush, 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 blush. Oh, has been the year or years of blush, and these liquid camo blushes from e.l.f. have gone viral. I feel like a lot of products from e.l.f. go viral, but for good reason. They launch a lot of really great stuff. These are no exception. These are very, very ultra pigmented liquid blushes, but don't let that scare you because they do blend out really, really easily. And because of their high pigmentation, they are going to work for a wide variety of skin tones, which is amazing. And because of the small amount that you actually need, this little tube is going to last you a lifetime. So you definitely are getting a lot of bang for your buck. I also really love the shade range in these liquid blushes. My favorite shade has to be Dusty Rose. It's the perfect, like, everyday muted rose. It's leaning on the cool side, but not overly cool. It doesn't look like a bruise. Even on my more olivey, warm warm complexion. But today I'm wearing the shade Coral Crush, which is a very vibrant, almost neon coral, but it just gives your cheeks a lot of life, a lot of color, and it looks so like fresh and pretty in the summertime. You'll see that you don't need a lot, just go in with like one little dot, and you can blend it out directly from the doe foot, or sometimes I like to put some on the back of my hand, put my brush in the product, and then apply it that way. There's a lot of different ways you can apply it, but it does blend out really easily, and it does set down to give you a beautiful blush look all day long. I don't want to be that person that's like, I love this before everyone, but I kind of did love this before everyone. I snatched this up when LYS first launched it. It is their No Limits cream bronzer stick, and I have the shade Motivate. This used to be the lightest shade that they offered, but they have since expanded their shade range, and they now offer an even lighter shade, which I do want to pick up eventually because this is a very pigmented product, and this, especially in the fall winter months when my skin is a little bit more fair, can be a bit too intense on my skin tone personally. But in the summertime, this shade Motivate does work really well for me. A lot of the shades do lean on the warm side, just something to keep in mind if you do have a more cool undertone. But the reason why I love this bronzer stick is because it is probably the most creamy, buttery, melty, blendable bronzer stick I've ever tried. It blends out like in 2 seconds, no elbow grease is required, doesn't pick up the product underneath, but even though it is so emollient, it does stick around all day long. So it's very long wearing in spite of its very blendable, buttery texture. It's so beautiful, and it's actually one of the more affordable brands at Sephora, which I love. Another blush, the Buttermelt blushes and the bronzers have gone viral. The bronzers launched first, and they are amazing. I do have one of the bronzers. I haven't been using it lately because a lot of their bronzers do lean a little bit more rosy, and in the summertime I'm a bit more tan, so warmer bronzers tend to be my go-to. But this is a great formula. It's ultra pigmented, so beware, a little bit goes a long way. But it's very blendable, very easy to blend out. I have the lightest shade in the bronzer called Butta. It's not sparkly or glittery, but it does have a little bit of a sheen, and the blushes are the same. I have 2 shades, Had Butta and For the Butta. They're both beautiful. I initially did pick up a darker shade, but that one was just way too intense for my skin tone. I had to return it. So beware, if you are more fair in complexion, probably don't go for one of the darker shades because they're gonna be really pigmented and just a little bit too intense, I feel, in my opinion. You literally just need to tap your brush in one time to the pan and you will get a lot of product. But again, these blend out really easily, and I just love the finish. It's like a satin glowy finish. It looks like skin but amped up. It looks like skin on your best skin day. It's not glittery or glowy. I do think that there are 2 different finishes in the blush formula. I think there are some more shimmery finishes if I'm not mistaken, but the 2 that I have are just in their original Buttermelt bronzer blush finish. NYX saw how much we loved the bronzer, and so they gave us a blush as well. Way to go, NYX. Pretty much every Rare Beauty product goes viral, but I do really love these highlighters from Rare Beauty. I don't remember what they're called. I think they're like Positive Light highlighters, something like that. I have the lightest shade Enlighten. I love the packaging. It's like a cute little pebble. Rare Beauty just nails it on the packaging every single time. I would open this for you, but unfortunately mine has shattered. And I will say that is a complaint I've heard from a lot of different people. The formula of this is a baked, very fragile formula, so it does have a tendency of breaking, so buyer beware. But it is very blinding on the skin. If you like an intense highlight like me, you are going to love this formula. It's not glittery, it's not sparkly. It is stunning and definitely a showstopper. So if you like a blinding highlight, these ones from Rare Beauty are definitely going to pack a punch. In terms of eyeshadow, the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 eyeshadow palette, the all matte one. I feel like eyeshadow are the least prone to going viral, if you will. Eyeshadow's not as big of a popular product these days, but I do think these all matte neutral palettes like this one or like the Makeup by Mario palettes tend to get a lot of buzz. I have not tried the Makeup by Mario, but the Patrick Ta, I have to say, in spite of its hefty price tag, this thing is expensive. The formula is amazing, very pigmented, very buttery, very blendable, easy to work with, just a dream. Matte eyeshadows can tend to be a little chalky, a little bit powdery, but these ones are just so foolproof. You literally cannot mess it up. This black is the most intense black you will ever find in an eyeshadow, and this white is super vibrant. It's amazing. One of the best whites if not the best white I've ever tried in an eyeshadow. I think the hype is definitely real. It is a splurge, but it is such a staple product that has really everything you're ever going to need, that I think if you did splurge on it, you wouldn't be disappointed. When it comes to lips, the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat lip liners are definitely a fan favorite, and again, for a good reason. These are probably the most long-wearing lip liners I've ever tried. They just stay in place, and that's something that I really look for in a lip liner. If I'm going to take the time to apply a lip liner, I want it to stick around, and especially because I do have smaller lips. If you have small lips like me, you know the struggle. A lip liner can really add some structure, make your lips look a little bit more bigger, balance out your features. Super duper important. So I personally really want my lip liner to stay in place, and this one from Charlotte Tilbury does just that. She has a lot of really amazing, flattering, neutral tones. I am wearing the one in Iconic Nude today, which is just a really nice, cool tone brown. Not too deep, not too light. But I also have Pillow Talk, which is a fan favorite. It's a little bit more mauve-y. You really can't go wrong. They are expensive, but they last a really long time, not only in the product, but also on your lips, obviously. So you don't have to reapply it throughout the day. Lastly, on my lips, I did want to mention a product from Ravie Beauty, which is Ali Glein's makeup brand. This is her Effortless Lips lip product. It's like a lipstick lip balm hybrid, and I personally have the shade Poppy. This is such a beautiful color. It's the perfect coral that's not too orange, not too pink. It's just so pretty, and it's so comfortable on the lips. It glides right on. It's a sheer formula, but it is buildable, so you can get some pigment out of it, and I really do love it, and I feel like this should be a lot more viral than it is. So I just wanted to throw this one in there. I'm kind of cheating a little bit with the lip product, but I had to show Ali Glein some love. I had to show Ravie Beauty some love because I really do love that formula. So yeah guys, those are all of the viral products that are definitely worth the hype. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Leave me a comment down below letting me know which products you have tried because of their virality, because of all the hype they get on the internet, and that you feel like stand the test of time and live up to the hype. They deserve that spotlight. I would love to hear your guys' comments. Leave me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.